Hello, and welcome to another War Thunder plane analysis. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Do217J-1. And everything we said about this plane is going to be perfectly applicable to the Do217J2. Exactly, it's the same plane as this one. The only difference being that this plane can load some bombs and the J2 can't. This is a very good bomber killer. It has a very good firepower. It's pretty fast for a plane this size. Does maneuver pretty well again for a plane this size. Just don't go versus enemy single engine fighters because you can't. Let's see the firepower. You can see 4 20mm cannons, which are MGFF, and 7 machine guns. The MGFF is not as good as the later MG151. You can also see the bombs. The plane can carry 8 50-kilogram bombs, which are good for vehicles and heavy tanks and that kind of stuff. What I was saying is that the cannons are not as good as the later one, the MG151. These cannons don't load the medium gaseous round, the latter German cannons load, but still is a very heavy hitting cannon, even more for a level 6 plane. There are not a lot of level 6 planes that have this firepower. The WWII, and that's all. Actually, this is pretty close to a German WWII, but of course it has some differences. It doesn't accelerate as well, it doesn't climb as well. Actually, it turns pretty close to a WWII, and it shares the same problems as all the other twin-engine planes in the game. The heavy fighters, all of them have problems at high speeds. They lose rollability, and they froze the rudder at high speeds. So the ideal range of operations of these planes are between 250 kilometers per hour to maybe 450 kilometers per hour. Over that, you'll start noticing the rudder is frozen and that the plane doesn't roll as well. The J2, you can see this as it loads. What it has is a very cool paint job. I love this paint job, but it also has rudder aerials. Those aerials should cause the plane to be slower, but I don't really know if they are there just for aesthetic reasons, because we don't have radar in War Thunder, or they actually affect performance. Other than that, the J2 is exactly the same as the J1, simply with the difference that it doesn't have any bombs. So out of the two, I'd say the better one is the J1, to be honest. The J2 is as good, but can't load the bombs, so it's less flexible. And let's see the costs of the planes. You can see them, they are here at level 6. They cost 780 lions to repair in arcade and 2,350 lions in historical battles, which is very cheap. Both of them are very cheap. This plane is a very good money maker. In historical battles, this plane with bombs and strafing ground tires can do a lot of money. The J2 costs exactly the same, so there's no difference between both planes in what regards to cost. The defensive gunnery is centered in this, you can see this bowl-shaped turret, and which has a total coverage, has 360 degrees of coverage, and it has a very high elevation. So it's a very good turret. It's a very good turret. The lower one is let's see here. You can barely see, but it's down there. It's also a 13mm machine gun with less coverage. You can see they are MG131 heavy machine guns, which are pretty cool. They hit pretty hard, to be honest. As for the belts, I unlocked both the omni-purpose for the machine guns and the stealth for the machine guns. And for the cannons, I went for 8 targets and stealth. The reason behind this is that if you are jumping an enemy single engine fighter, you don't want to warn him that you are around. So stealth is good for that. But for going for bombers and for historical battles, my selection is always omnipurpose for the machine guns and air targets for the 20mm cannons. The belts are pretty different between both. Stealth focuses a lot in AP-HE, and air targets has a lot more of fragmentation incendiary with some AP and AP-HE. Both loadouts are enough to kill bombers, so there's no big reason behind that in selecting either of both. You can see the firepower is very concentrated in the nose of the plane, so it really is murderous firepower. If you hit with those things, there's nothing that's going to resist even a short burst. So yep, that's mostly it. The thing with this cannon is that they are not as good as the later German cannons, the MG151. But still they are very good. They get the job done and they get it done fast. So yep, that's mostly it for this plane in the intro. So I guess it's time to see it in action. So let's see some action. So here we are. Remember, this plane is basically foremost and over anything else, it is a bomber hunter. So you want to focus on them. It's hopeless against a single engine fighter in a 1v1. You can actually use this plane very well in head-ons because of the heavy firepower and the concentrated firepower, and the plane retains a deadly cone of fire at very long distances. So, well, you can see me here in fjords, ground strike, so going for the bombers is going to be, of course, my main objective. I see a Buford up there, in fact a couple of them, so I'm going to go for the closest one and then I'll try to go for the longer one if I kill the first one in few time. Put in a long burst. Another good burst there. You'll notice that one of the things this plane is lacking a bit in maneuverability is that it doesn't have a lot of rudder authority, not even at slow speeds. It's not as bad as in other planes, as the P4E, for instance, but still, it's not a lot of controllability. The Buford is there, it's on fire, but I'm still going to try to deliver the killing blow. There you go. Critical, and well, I leave him alone. There's no reason to keep on shooting for a burning target when I have another which is intact in front of me. Here I'm just shooting machine guns, and now I fire with all the cannons, but no luck in the second burst. Diving a bit to build some speed. Those Bufords are pretty fast bombers, have to admit. Get an assist on the other Buford. Taking a look down, just in case there's something coming, which is nothing. And I leave the Buford alone because I see I'm going to take a lot of time closing on him, and because he already has a guy on his 6. So what I do is to return to the action and look for more targets. Which right now seems there are not a lot. Of course, well, there are a lot. There are a lot of single engine fighters, but I told you, you don't want to mess around with single engine fighters. You want to kill bombers. This plane is a bomber killer. You don't want to be mixing it up with enemy fighters. You can do so, but it's very dangerous. And well, in the end, what happens is that I simply don't have enough guts to go down there. And instead, I see a couple of bombers pretty far, but I can't intercept them. And ME410 is taking care of a B-25. So what I'm going to do is to try to kill the IR-2. It's higher than me. Those things sound very well. Those Soviet bombers are very agile. They sound very well. Excuse me for the little Skype sound, but now and then it's going to happen. I had a Skype open while I was recording this. So well, what I do is to try to climb for him. It's clear I don't have the speed to get him just directly, so I level up a bit, build up my speed a little more, and come again. His cannon is already shooting at me, but yeah, well, 40mm cannons getting some hits. It's a very extreme range, and this is one of the problems with this plane. As I told you, these are MGFFs, and they have not the highest muzzle velocity around. So at long distances they are going to fall a lot. It's pretty hard to achieve steady hits with these weapons at 700 meters. But as soon as I come close, a short burst is enough to kill the guy. It's murderous. I mean, these weapons really disgrace bombers in no time. There's a plane there, a P3, and a Bullfighter. Bullfighter is a very dangerous plane in a Dornier 217. I would say the Bullfighter has a definitive upper hand. Turns better, accelerates better, climbs better, and the weapons are better. The Hispanos are better than the MGFF. Yeah, still, you can really make it difficult for a Bullfighter. Thankfully, that guy did dive, didn't go for me, so I'm free to engage this blame. Open fire, 600 meters is a bit long, to be honest. But well, get a pretty solid burst. You can see all the puffs of smoke created by the impacts. And keep on shooting, strong enough his defensive gunnery. In this plane you actually can do so. And kill him. This is other of the things, this is a very tough plane. It's very hard and requires a lot of concentrated fire to bring one of these planes down. You want to take advantage of that. In a single engine fighter you have to try to be fast and maneuverable and give the enemy AI gunners as much as difficult target as you can. In one of these planes you really don't have to. You simply can sit on a bomber 6 as long as it's not a P-17 for instance, or something with very heavy firepower. Japanese bombers are a handful as well with their 20mm, so be careful with those. But with planes with light machine guns you can really sit on their 6 and disgrace them without them being able to do anything. I see the P3 is going down there. You can see the plane is accelerating very fast, and see, this is the full roll rate you'll get at 650 kilometers per hour. The plane locks up the control surfaces very soon, but it's to be expected. I mean, this is a very big plane with very big control surfaces. At high speeds they become very hard to move. So well, I level up. You can see I'm not diving to the deck. I can dive, but immediately I come up again. You don't want to be caught low and slow with this plane at all, because if usually you are dead in any other plane, in this one you are totally dead. So there's a P40 down there, and I'm planning to do a pass attack on him. When there are no bombers around, you have to mess with fighters. There's no other way around it. So well, I put a long burst at extreme distance. I'm not expecting a lot of it, to be honest. You can see I'm very fast and the rudder does do nothing. doesn't do a crap. So yeah, there are three enemy guys here right now. What I'm going to do is to complete a loop and get the hell out of here. As easy as that. The defensive gunners are firing. I maneuver to give them a very tough target and very hard to hit one, and dive to build up my speed and try to escape, which seems I'm slowly but steadily, and I'm disengaged now. The plane dives very well and builds up speed very well. The only problem is that it turns into a rock. You can't maneuver a Dornier 217 while it's very fast. But for escape, yeah, you can use that speed. and it will save you skin more than once and twice. You saw that. So, well, there are mortars here. There's an F6F down there, which is receiving a lot of hell. It's on fire, so no sense in going for him. There's a Jack 7 coming there. I'm actually slowly but steadily coming low. And that's something that's going to happen in this plane. You can't stay up all the time, unless you take a lot of time between passes to clean back. Spitfire down there. It's hard to adjust the shot at 500 kilometers per hour, to be honest. So, well, I don't want to be so low. So what I do is to reverse. Look at that as well. I mean, the whole 7th of Cavalry is coming here, and I don't want to be there when they arrive. So I scoot away and start climbing a bit. When I'm near my own forces, I can allow myself to turn back and to engage. Always keeping in mind I don't want to be slow. But no, I'm too scared. I mean, that's a huge lot of enemies. If I put my nose in there, I'm not getting out. So I do a half loop, level up opposite, and work on getting more altitude before trying to mess around with those guys. Because I really need the energy to do a pass. Because yeah, if you don't have the energy, you can't run away. There's a Jack 1 coming this way. So I do a high yo-yo to keep some energy, use some flaps to level, and I'm not arriving in time for the head-on. So instead what I do is to keep the plane straight and give my gunners a chance to hit that guy. And look at that, WWII coming for the head-on, and I actually accept. I mean, there's no reason why I can't accept a head-on versus a WWII, and I get him. The Jack 7, the Jack 1, sorry, is really engaged, but he's totally fixated. He wants me, but more power for him. One shot with 37mm cannon for 2. Ah, that might be someone that got killed by a Stuka-G we had around. Now I see SB2M. So yeah, that's one of the targets I have to go for. He's coming low and he's trying to do a lower level run, so I try to adjust, get some hits, nothing too serious. Do a high yo-yo, go back on him. He's on fire but still not dead. And actually he puts the... I think this guy actually puts the fire up, down, sorry. In any case, I fire on him. Yeah, as you can see, the engine, he's not longer burning, but in the end, oh, wow, that was some heavy firepower. ME410, BF109, another BF109, just going for him. So yeah, he died pretty quickly. Got an assist, which is cool. Go for a reload. And you can see I'm not overly aggressive in this plane. I'm more of a goalkeeper. If I see an enemy bomber trying to go past me, I go for him. But I'm not going aggressive and I'm not going forward towards the enemy. I'm waiting for them to come towards me, in a place where I'm relatively covered by friendly planes. This is something you want to keep as much as you can in this kind of plane. You want to have the support of friendly fighters. There's an SU there, SU2. You could see there the rudder not going properly. So yeah, this plane in rudder actually suffers quite a bit. The SU2 is shooting at me with a rear gunner. Oops. Being careful. Well, I got him, but always being careful of not hitting friendly planes. I actually didn't expect that guy to cross my sights, but I did stop in time not to hit him. So again, climbing, and trying to come back to my position of goalkeeper. So yeah, I'd say the perfect spot for this kind of plane is to be roughly midway in the map, covering the approaches to the ground targets. But you don't want to act like a true fighter, because you're going to die. You're going to die very soon, let me tell you that. IL2 there, SB2M up there, and Bullfighter down, but engaged by two friendlies. So far what I'm doing is basically climbing and looking at that SB2M. If the friendlies don't kill him before he's coming close to me, I'll do so. So what I do is to do a high yo-yo, not a half loop because I didn't have the speed, and level up in the opposite direction to him. The plan is he'll pass over me and I'll climb towards him. But in the end I see he's way too busy trying to take off the guys we have up there, and he's actually diving. So I set up a good shot, roll to follow him, and fire away. Getting hits, getting more hits. And again, you can see I'm fast now, and I can't really adjust. This is one of the problems of this plane. And the SB2 has been rammed. So yeah, well, whatever. People! People are like that. Ramming galore. 3 enemy fighters there. Oh, that's not good. And a Spitfire up there. Oh, that's even worse. Still, I think it's time to go a bit more aggressive because we are winning 8-3. Ground targets left. And yeah, it's time to put the pressure on them. So for the first time, I advanced past the midline of the map. Go for the L2 down there. See how slow this plane rolls at even 480 kilometers per hour, and has no rudder. It's impossible to adjust for that kind of shot. But well, you hit, and there you go, on fire. I see an air cover down there, and now I really have to get away from here. The IL-2 has suffocated the fire, which is unfortunate. I should have gotten him, but whatever. And I'm simply moving away, because I don't want to be prey of too many enemies in a place where we don't have enough support. There's just one ground target left, so we are about to win. I see a BF-109 there. I stopped seeing him. And yeah, we won the battle. You can see it's an effective plane as long as you don't go too much aggressive with it. You can't really fly it like a fighter because you're going to die, but as a heavy fighter going for enemy bombers, it gets the job done. So well, let's see another battle. And of course, I mean, this is a night fighter. What better way to do an analysis on a night fighter than a night battle? So this is port. This is one of the maps I don't really like because you simply can't repair your plane, so you have to be very careful with it. But it's nighttime. There are a lot of torchlights and lights, well, lights, whatever, however, searchlights. That's a word. And I really am thinking right now. I was thinking, I hope the bombers are really good and they kill all those bastards, because I don't like when those searchlights point at me. You are totally blind when they do. So checking what's around and what's in the menu for me to attack, and I see they don't really have a lot of bombers. They have B-25 and Stuka, I think an IL-2 around, and there they are. The Stuka there, and the B-25 there. So those are my targets. That's my stuff to kill. So I go for the B-25, diving for him, and trying to adjust for the fact that later I'm not going to be able to maneuver very well. So I see the guy is turning. I roll, so slow roll at so high speeds, get a very powerful burst on him, adjust, and basically massacre him. I mean, 4 20mm cannons and 4 7.92mm machine guns in such a small cone of fire at those kind of ranges is like is raping the enemy. So I go up, level up, and well, wait for the reload to complete before going for anything else. Junker Series 7 down there, and Era Cobra, and Bullfighter. And you know how much I like Bullfighters. I love them. They are a kind of plane I really love so much. So I'm going to kiss that guy. Yeah, I actually when I'm in these Dorniers, I go for Bullfighters a lot. Not because the plane is better, it's not. But I have energy advantage, so I mean, why not? So he's evading, start fighting, and again it's hard to correct the aim. It's hard to correct, but I got a very powerful burst on that guy. So I do a half loop and go down on him again, correct for his direction, and open fire. And I can't see crap! Now I do. So keep on firing, in the end, assist. Well, at least the Bullfighter is dead. Using the speed, training for altitude, coming up again. Checking from the surroundings. A lot, because, you know, night battle means you don't get to see enemies until they are pretty close to you. See more targets down there. The problem is that I'm not seeing any bombers, and this plane really is a bomber killer. Still, there's a P-40 there, which I'm resisting to die for. I mean, it has 3 guys on top of him, so I leave him alone for the time being. It's like, come on guys, kill him. If you don't, I will dive. Instead I see an F4F, but now I see something which is what I should go for. PY, a Carolina. So he has dropped bombs, he's trying to disengage towards the eastern side of the map, but I'm having none of that. I dive, accelerate, and deliver the barrage of 20mm devastation. Look at that. Set him on fire. Go for the reload because I know that guy is dead. And yeah, he's dead. Typhoon there. Oh, Bullfighter there. Oh, Bullfighter there. You know what happens when I see a Bullfighter. Mostly the same that what happens when I see a Yak 90. I mean, those are among the things I first engage always. So I can't really see the way he's facing, but by the way he's moving, I can more or less predict where I have to aim for delivering the burst when I come close to him. There you go, some hits. I zoom away, check his direction, and now complete a loop and go down him again. Always winning some separation with Bullfighters, because you don't want one of those things stabilizing 700 meters behind you. Opening fire, get more hits. There you go, there he is. Anti-aircraft guns already hitting me, and yeah, I destroyed him. Probably I destroyed his wing and his ability to roll, and he ended up crashing. So yep, that's what I like to do to Bullfighters. P-40 there. I don't think it's the same P-40 as before. At least I hope so. But oh, whoa, look, there's another Bullfighter. And you know I love Bullfighters. So yeah, but the problem is there are two of them. They are engaged, and there's an area couplet on there. There's a Jack 90 there. So right now I'm really wondering do I want to go for the fighter or for something else? But yeah, I want to go for the fighter. What the hell? I get something behind me. But look, whoa, that was something heavy. That was some very good hits on that fighter. I have something behind me. That's the only problem. But I'm not giving up. I'm having this guy no matter what. Yeah, there you go. On fire. Trying to maneuver. Look at how many hits the plane here stands. It's very tough. Again, Bullfighter. I want you. But no. Well, I actually got him. But now I'm in a very bad spot. My right engine is dead. My tail is slowly taking a toll in damage, and I can't outrun the guy behind me, of course, because I only have one engine left. So I try to maneuver and leave the AI gunner to do his job, but with not a lot of luck, to be honest. Now I'm hitting him. You're going to see me. Look at this elevation. Look at this gun elevation. It's amazing. It's very well covered from the upper side. So, yeah, keep on firing at him. In the end, what I do is to get inside the tail gunner, because I'm fearing he's going to run out of ammo, and I don't want that. I get some hits on the guy and maneuver a bit to save his fire. Enough, so he overshoots. And try to stabilize, but right now my engine is died. So well, I don't have any power left, but the Spitfire is still coming for me. He really wants my skin, so bad that you are going to see this. He had me. I was going down, but he had to crash versus me, and he got no kill. So well, that's this plane. Very fun, and a very nice plane. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so yet, any comments in the comment section below. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the battles and the plane. The plane is very good. It's I mean, it's not a Terminator. It has obvious drawbacks. No rudder, authority, heavy, not very good at maneuvering at high speeds, but has murderous firepower. So yeah, that's a very fun plane to fly. So well, again, in the comment section below or in my Facebook page, give me the thumbs up and see you later.